Raider Nation, what's going on? You guys are watching the Raiders Report, and today's show is presented by Panda Supps. If anybody out there is looking to try to get into better shape, if anybody out there wants some high-quality workout supplements, I want you to go to pandasupps.com. And Panda is owned by a Raider fan, and he was so excited from what he's seen the past 2 weeks from Greg Olsen. The code is We Love Olsen. So if you're excited from what you've seen from Greg Olsen, Rich Bisaccia, go ahead, save 40% off. Pandasupps.com, code We Love Olsen. Now, this first question coming in here is from Big Time Willie. What up, man? Keep Arnett. He'll develop into Gus Bradley's system and trade for Melvin Ingram, him, Nassib, Unique, and Mad Max. So Melvin has actually been a pretty darn bad fit this season in Pittsburgh. And personally, I think he looks pretty darn slow. You still have to go ahead and pay him over $3 million. The only way you go out and trade for Melvin Ingram, in my personal opinion, is you're like, okay, all the other Gus guys, Casey Hayward, and all the other players that you brought in, they've done a pretty good job. But I also think it means you have absolutely zero confidence in Malcolm Kuntz. And I'm team get rid of Arnett because I just don't think he's ever going to be good. Well, let's go to Raiders 76, J. Sir the Blur. I truly believe Raiders will be in the AFC conference. Luckily for you, they are in the AFC conference, but I think you're looking for the conference championship. Fingers crossed. I'll go ahead and give it one no Chucky head at this point. Let's go to Troy Arce. I have to disagree with Jacobs. Drake is up and coming. Jacobs has been injured since his rookie year, and he hasn't been since his DUI wreck. I mean, I'm not really going to bring up the DUI wreck, but Jacobs, if you look at the overall talent, he's clearly a better running back than Drake, and I like Kenyan. He's a good back. Now, overall, it is going to be kind of interesting because next season, hypothetically, if the Raiders wanted to move on from Josh Jacobs, they could. It'd be a zero dead cap hit. But if you're going to keep Jalen Richard for $3.5 million, I would anticipate you keep Josh Jacobs for $3.5 as well. But I've got some heat for saying this. Love Jacobs. Hell of a running back. I would be shocked if they ended up extending him past this year. And then he's got one more year left in his contract, so anything past 2023. Let's go to LC Raider. Are you worried about the Giants at all? Of course I am. I mean, I have done this show now for 3 years, and probably the one place that the Raiders have had the most issue with is in MetLife Stadium. You lost 34-3 to a terrible Jets team in 2019. It took a broken play Hail Mary by Derek Carr to Henry Ruggs last season, and what have the Raiders have done? They've shown, hey, when they should absolutely beat a team, they show up lackadaisical. And the Giants, they just beat Carolina. Do I think Carolina's good? No. But they did just take care of business. So, yes, I am worried about the Giants. Now, I am going to be doing a live watch party for that Week 9 game. So if anybody wants to go ahead and tune in, please do. Hit that big red button that says subscribe. But also, I'm going to say it 100 times on this show and probably the entire week. This is a very, and I mean very important week to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. There is a bell underneath every video. Click that, and then it's going to be a little pop-up menu that says all. Click all, because if the Raiders make a trade, I got to burp. I got to be the very first person on YouTube making a video. So go to your settings app on your phone, scroll down, tap YouTube, tap notifications, turn on allow notifications. Now, why should you do that? Also, because we're an interactive channel, and I understand that sometimes people got a lot of stuff going on, and I tell you to turn on those noties because, believe it or not, it does help me out. So I want to give a shout out to ABomb_FDZ, Colton Lindsay, X-Wing, Sebastian Hernandez, and then Jaime Alvarado Sr. You guys, I know have your comments or your noties on. Why? You're the very first people to comment in my last 5 videos. All right, this next question is coming in here from Chicken Joe. Could the Raiders trade Amik since he didn't play this past week? Kind of an interesting idea. Robertson was a healthy scratch this past week, and he's 5'9", 200-something pounds. Usually Bradley likes longer, lanky cornerbacks. I would probably say that it's 2 no Chucky hits in terms of him being traded. However, I do think he is the most likely cornerback on the Raiders to actually be dealt. So what do you guys think here? Will the Raiders make a trade at the deadline? I want you to go ahead and type Y for yes, or you can scroll on down in the comment section on YouTube, and you can go ahead and type N for no. This next question is coming in from Jamel Turney. Finally, no more Snead. Who do you think we bring up? I personally would bring up Dylan Stoner, but it also would not surprise me whatsoever if they brought up DJ Turner, because I know Turner was a player that they liked a lot in the preseason, especially for his special teams ability. It could also be interesting because Kenyan Drake, Drake's been getting a lot of special teams use. Maybe they're planning on using him a little bit more in the running game. A lot of interesting things to look at, but if it's DJ Turner, there's going to be some crazy rumors. That's all I got to say. Let's go to Alex Thompson next up here on the show. I would take that trade a third and a sixth anyway 4 times on Sunday. So, absolutely. So, the trade he's talking about is just blog, baby. Put up this one. The Browns receive Mariota. The Raiders receive a third and a sixth-round pick in 2022. I talked about this in my rumors segment. Absolutely, you do this. The issue is there's not going to be any NFL team in the entire world that are going to give up a third and a sixth-round pick for Mariota. He's talented, but it's the injuries. Nobody wants an injury-riddled quarterback that's played 2 freaking snaps this year. Let's go to Scoob. Mitch was good to see you at Red Tail. Scoob, much love to you. It's good to see you as well. And I'm going to be at Red Tail in Las Vegas for every single Raiders home game. I'm going to be there week 10, week 11, week 13. Also, I'm going to be there week 18. I don't know if I'll be there on the 26th because it's Christmas. But if you guys want to hit me up, you want to come join me, party with me at Red Tail in Las Vegas, hit me up on IG, Mitchell Renz 365. Anthony, you're next up here on the Raiders Report, my man. Appreciate the super. If Jacob stayed healthy the first 2 seasons, he would have been back-to-back 1,500-yard running back, just win, baby. It's never been a question if Jacobs is talented. Everyone knows Jacobs is talented. It's been the injury history, which is why I'm not going to pay a running back a lot because you can also see running back is a very easy position to be able to replace. Peyton Barber's really not that good. He ran for over 100 yards. Kenyan Drake, he looks pretty darn good. Yes, I agree with you that Jacobs could be a 1,500-yard running back, but the injuries, they are starting to pile up here a little bit. Now, if anybody out there needs to get into better shape or maybe hit that mid-afternoon crash, I do want to give a shout-out to Panda Supps. The product that you guys see on screen is called their Nootropics, and the reason why it says get shit done is because if you take a scoop of this, dude, you're going to be so locked and loaded into what you're doing. Work, school, if you're a gamer, late at night, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm telling you right now, this stuff will not make you blink for an hour. That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but you will be absolutely in the game. Now, what about this? I mean, some people have trouble falling asleep. I don't know about you. Sometimes when I get really excited about covering a story for the Raiders, I go home, it's going to be really late. I can't go to sleep. If you're the type of person that struggles sleeping, you take 1 scoop of the Sleepy, and you're going to be out cold. It's going to be one of the best night's sleeps you've ever had. Now, they also get some new products in as well. They're pre-workout. One of my favorite things growing up as a kid, when the ice cream truck would go around, I'd get those Rocket Pops. They just released a pre-workout that tastes just like a Rocket Pop. And remember, guys, you can get all these Panda Supps workout supplements at pandasupps.com. Use code WeLoveOlson because I think right now we love Greg Olson. It's going to be in the comments. It's going to be in the description. Also, it is important to be able to basically hydrate your muscles, or if you had a hell of a weekend like me and you drank a lot, you take a scoop of their BCAAs, you're going to be able to rock and roll a lot quicker than normal. 2 new flavors as well, pandasupps.com, code WeLoveOlson. Let's go to the next super chat coming in here from Alex Thompson. Before the season, we said we would move on from Nassib because he wasn't playing well, but honestly, he's been good. I wouldn't be mad if we kept him on a new contract. I actually agree with you, the fact that I think Nassib has really stepped up this year. He was a lot better earlier on. He's kind of fallen off the past, I'll say, 2 or 3 games, but he does bring some depth. The issue is this. You probably almost have to keep him because what the Raiders have done with his contract, they've already renegotiated his contract twice, and they've pushed some money back. Now, when the salary cap goes up next year to about $220 million, you do have some more money to play around with, but as far as I'm concerned, I see Nassib finishing out his contract. Let's go to Rafael Solano. Appreciate it, man. Derek Carr is playing at a high level this year. For once in his career, he has a solid defense. Put some respect on my QB. I don't know if you're talking to me or talking about in general, or if you just wanted to make a statement. You're right. Derek Carr deserves a lot of credit, and I'm probably one of the more difficult guys on him because at the end of the day, I like DC, but my job is to give you guys my honest opinion. When the season started, I said Carr wasn't a top 10 quarterback. If you hear anybody out there saying right now that Carr's not a top 10, let me know because he's playing absolutely like a top 10. You can make an argument top 5. Let's go to Jarrett. What up, my man? We should trade Clelin Ferrel for, I believe that's Andrew Norwell, and draft a running back or play Trey Regis. Trade Arnett for a 6th-round pick. I would trade Arnett for a 6th-round pick. I would trade Clelin Ferrel for Andrew Norwell in a heartbeat. Do you follow our chat sports show? Because that's a trade that I had. And then draft a running back. I mean, you're good with Kenyan Drake. You're good with Kenyan Drake. I think he would be your main running back. But it's going to be Jacobs and Drake the next 2 years, so I'm going to say no on drafting a back. Let's go to Jelly, not Jam. Should the Raiders try to trade for Andre Dillard and move him to right tackle? Andre Dillard is a left tackle, a first-round pick, I believe, in the 2019 draft. think it was 22 overall from the Philadelphia Eagles. And he's a talented player, but he's definitely one of those players that's starting to pop up a lot on some NFL trade rumors. The reason why I'm going to go ahead and say no is because Dillard has actually already come out and said that he only wants to play left tackle. You're not going to move him to right tackle, and you're definitely not moving Colton Miller because a lot of attention's been on how bad the Raiders' offensive line been, which is a shame because Colton Miller's playing like a top 10 tackle right now in the league, and he's been absolutely phenomenal. So here's a question that I got for y'all, and I don't watch a lot of TV, but probably the show that I've been into the absolute most, and this is going to be my Halloween costume this year with Alex and Chuck, is Squid Game. And we're dressing up as this. Have you guys seen this show? Yes or no? Please let me know what you think. It's been just an absolute roller coaster ride. I watched it first, I think, here in the office. I told everyone about it. Now everyone else watched it. It's a crazy freaking show. If you haven't seen it, please go ahead and watch it. I recommend watching it in Korean with the English subtitles, but sometimes people just want to watch it in English. It's really weird when you do that. But this is going to be my Halloween costume, so if anybody doesn't understand what I'm talking about, please go ahead and watch the show. Let's go to the next story coming up here, Super Chat. Zornell Malone, will Clelin Ferrel be cut next year? If Clelin Ferrel is not traded this season, he's going to end up getting cut. Why? He's going to make, his cap hit's like 9-point-something million, and he's got a $0 dead cap hit. Would anybody out there keep Clelin Ferrel for $9 million? The answer is hell no. Let's go to Blake Dufresne. Mitch, did you get my DM trying to do a content marketing campaign for the Raiders Report for a class I am taking? Hit me up. Okay, Blake, I will check my DMs as soon as the show ends. I check my DMs after every time I get done. So if I don't get to your question, guys, you can always hit me up on Instagram, Mitchell Renz 365. Let's go to Raider Knack 76. Trade for Grady Jarrett. Yes, Grady Jarrett would be a player that I would definitely be interested in calling. The issue is this. When I made my video about potential trade targets for the Raiders, the Falcons, I thought they'd be in full sell mode. Well, now they're 3-3, so they might ask for a little bit higher of an asking price on Jarrett. If he's available, sure, but I actually don't think Atlanta's going to be moving on from him anymore. Let's go to Rob Cipher. Trade Clee, 2nd and a 6th-round pick for Quinnen Williams from the Jets. Yes, I would do this. I don't really think the Jets do it because Quinnen Williams is probably their top defensive player right now. I'm sure he hasn't been the top DT on the team, but he's still their most valuable asset on the entire defense. So if it was Clee, a 2nd and a 6th for Quinnen Williams, where do I sign up? Let's go to the greatness of the Raiders. Would you agree in the last 2 games the team hasn't played down to their opponent? Yes, I 100% agree with that. And I think it has a little bit to do with the team being ready to go and having their back up against the wall. So I think that's double-sided. When the Raiders have had their back up against the wall and people doubt them, they show that they can play. They did that. They came ready to go, and I'm going to give a lot of credit to the entire coaching staff. Also going to give a lot of credit to Carr because he's really stepped up as a leader, and he's been one of those guys who's really rallied this team. So, but yes, I agree. They definitely took care of business. Now, again, guys, one more time, if I didn't get to your question here, hit me up on Instagram, at Mitchell Renz 365. My DMs are open. Blake, I will check it. I also see some people asking me about some what's going to be happening with the Chucky head. Remember, it's already down to the final 8. We will get a voting process soon. But if you guys know a graphic designer, if you want to design the next Chucky head, I'm going to go ahead and start asking people to send me some stuff. But I would definitely appreciate it. Hit me up, though, on IG, Mitchell Renz 365.